Welcome back to session 2. We hope you enjoyed session 1. For today's session, you're going to need the following. Again, your junior journal, table tents, which should already have their names on them, their junior journals, the fake coins, the game pieces, needs versus wants cards, key term flashcards, needs versus wants poster, and your JAR family poster. When you get to the classroom, remind the students what it is you talked about last time. Talk about the poster, what the families were doing to help in their neighborhood, and ask them if there were things they went home and did to help their families at home in their neighborhood. Today you're going to continue talking about neighborhoods and why they are so important. As you ask those opening questions, one big one is why our business is so important for our neighborhood. So you want to have the business conversation so that they know that's where they can go and buy their needs and their wants and how they can make money as well if they work in those stores. As you continue going out through today's lesson, the big thing is going to be working with flashcards and talking about needs versus wants. The students are going to start the day by creating a big list of needs versus wants on their poster. If there's not space in the classroom to put the poster, feel free just to write needs and wants on the whiteboard or chalkboard and fill it out on the board. That may be easier than hanging a poster if there's not much space. The students will probably have a huge list of things that they want. Those are things they're thinking about all the time. Common things they're going to write down for needs should be food, shelter, and clothing. Those are things that they're going to need on a daily basis, and their want list is probably going to be full of video games, a new bicycle, toys they want, maybe a puppy, but they'll have an endless list of things that they want to have and probably a shorter list of things that they need to have. As you continue going throughout and you're done with that session and they've done all the things that they want or need, you're going to pull out these big need-want cards. In this deck is also a diploma. Make sure you pull this diploma aside because you don't want to use that quite yet for this activity. You want to have that on the side so it's ready to go later to talk about the importance of a diploma. You're going to go through your stack of flashcards and talk about if a puppy is a need or a want. You'll notice on the back side they gave you a definition of what each card is. Now please be mindful that for some people needs and wants are different. If it is a service animal, it is a need, not a want. Now we may want 5 winter jackets, but we only need 1. Just know when you go into the classroom that every family is different and those needs and wants may vary between each family. So give a little bit of leeway as you're going through the classroom. Once you're done doing that, you're going to start talking about money. So money is needed in order to pay for all your needs and your wants. You'll talk to the students about how your family sets up a budget. First, they pay for all the things that they need. Then if there's leftover money, you're able to buy the things they want. Students will begin to realize that that may be why they don't always get everything they want right away, and why sometimes you have to wait or be patient for it. The activity for today the students are going to do is in their junior journal. You'll pass the junior journal out to every student. If you already passed them out last week, be sure to give each student their correct one back. If you didn't have time for that activity, then you'll be able to pass out a fresh one to each student today. They're going to open that up to page 4 and 5. For this activity, they're going to work in pairs. This is a game that's going to show needs versus wants. It's very similar to Chutes and Ladders. So each student will have their game board. They'll need 1 game board per pair. They will need a coin chip and game pieces. So you'll give each student a game piece and each set of students 1 coin. They're going to flip the coin to determine how many spaces they get to move. If they have a heads, they get to move 1 space. If they have a tails, they get to move 2 spaces. As they follow throughout the board, they'll also follow the arrows. So similar to Chutes and Ladders, if they land here at the finish line, they'd have to go all the way back down. So if you land on a want, you end up sliding back down a little bit further in the game. If you land on a need, you get to shoot up a few spaces. So they'll get a chance to play this game, and again it'll remind them of different needs versus wants. Once the game is over, Then you're going to ask the student volunteer to tell the difference between a need versus a want. This is where the diploma comes in. Students need money in order to pay for their needs and their wants. So you're going to talk about the high school diploma. Talk about why this is important and that they need a job in order to pay for those things. And this diploma can help them get that job that they're looking for. You can also talk about the various different levels. There is a high school diploma. You can go to college and receive a diploma, a master's degree, a doctoral degree. So that way students can have an idea of how many different types of diplomas they are. But to focus on the importance that you need at least a high school diploma to get a job, to start paying for those needs versus wants. Then you're going to wrap up today's session. Do an overview again of needs versus wants and remind the students when you're going to be back next time. Let them know next time you visit you're going to be talking more about businesses within the community. We hope you enjoy session 2.